Students, so in the last class we have studied common infection diseases in man regarding the bacterial diseases and also one of the disease of the virus, that is the common cold. In this video we will be studying regarding the common protozoan disease, that is malaria, and two more diseases we will try to discuss. One is Ascaris and another one is amoeboisis. So these are the three common infectious diseases which is in man. So those three diseases we'll just discuss in this video today. Okay, let's get into the video. Okay, common infectious disease in man. In this today I'll be telling you regarding protozoan disease, that is malaria. Now, as soon as you hear the word malaria, what comes in your mind? Which is the organism which spreads the malaria? Means immediately you will think it is mosquito. Or we have been seen also sometime, what do you tell in the advertisement, kala hit for mosquitoes. But you should be knowing it is one of the vector, I mean like a cycle, the mosquito. It is not a disease causing organism. It is a mode of transmission. Which one? The mosquito is one of the mode of transmission. The malaria usually it is caused by a pathogen such as Plasmodium species. In Plasmodium species, there are three species: Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, and Plasmodium falciparum. Among these all three, the Plasmodium falciparum is the most dangerous of these parasites because the infection can kill rapidly within several days. Okay, that's why we tell it is a malignant. Malignant means most serious or most dangerous pathogen or a positive organism is a Plasmodium falciparum. It makes very serious, and sometimes it leads to it may cause illness, but to an extent not death. That what they reveal. Malaria, if it prolongs to too much only, by its consequences of other organ damage only a man can die. But only by malaria till now they have not told, such as by the malaria the death rate. So yeah, the pathogen I told you. Now coming to the mode of transmission. The mode of transmission, how the disease enters into the human body. So the mode of transmission is by biting a female Anopheles mosquito. It is only female Anopheles mosquito. So genera is the Anopheles. So by the biting of a female Anopheles mosquito to the man, the sporozoite of a plasmodium will enter into his body. As soon as it enters into a body, if it ruptures the RBC of the liver cells, usually hemozoon means it is a chemical which will be produced or released by the plasmodium, and it will cause chill and eye fever, which will retain in the malarial patient body for nearly 3 to 4 days. So here are the some pictures here. So this is a slide. This is a blood test slide. In the blood test, you can see the round which is been highlighted. This is what is it? Plasmodium falciparum in the blood. So this is how they diagnose the presence of the plasmodium in the blood and confirm the presence of the malaria. That is infected. The man is been infected by malaria. He is diagnosed by the blood test. So here you can see the mosquito. It pokes. What do you test? It pokes on the skin of the human body, and when it pokes, it releases the saliva through which the sporozoite enter into the human body. Okay, so this is regarding the protozoan disease. So you have to not get confused that malaria is caused by mosquito. No, malaria is not caused by mosquito. Malaria is caused by a protozoan by name Plasmodium. Okay, that you keep in mind. And the mode of transmission means how the disease enter into human body means by biting of the female Anopheles mosquito. So when we tell you should be hygienic and you should see no water is been standing after it rains in front of the house, in the backyard of the house, in the tire, in the coconut shells. or in any tubs, if the stagnant water shouldn't stand for a longer time, there will be a breeding of the mosquito, which gives a way for the disease such as malaria, dengue, chikungunya. Okay, so hence we also tell that to avoid the breeding, means transmitter shouldn't become more in number. So when you heard such things, what you will think? Oh, malaria is being spread by mosquito. No, malaria is not spread, caused by the mosquito. It is a causative organism, is pathogen. The transmission is done by the mosquito into the human body. Okay, coming to the life cycle of the plasmodium. So the life cycle of the plasmodium means, I told you, disease causing organism is said to be the plasmodium as such. How it causes diseases, we will just discuss here. So when the blood test is been taken as such, after the blood test have shown the slide also telling how the Plasmodium falciparum appears. When there is a number of falciparum plasmodium in the blood, it is confirmed there is a presence. The person is infected by the malaria. So here, usually the life cycle of the plasmodium, it involves two hosts. Which are the two hosts means, namely, one is a female Anopheles mosquito and second one is human. So these are the two hosts of the malaria plasmodium, where it will complete its life cycle. So asexual and sexual also life cycle takes places in that of the, usually in a man, asexual reproduction occurs of plasmodium. Sexual reproduction usually takes place in the mosquito in its salivary gland. So in human life cycle begins when the infected female Anopheles mosquito will bite. As soon as it bites here, you can see here, see it is when it bites here, this is a salivary glands. Okay, through the salivary glands, the sporozoite, that is one form of the plasmodium, it will enter into the blood here. Okay, so through the blood it will releases, see here, gametocytes are there, such as it will get converted into gametocytes such as here female and this is male. Then it enters into the liver cells. When it enters into the liver cells, in the liver cells it will rupture the RBC, releases the hemozoon. Hemozoon will cause the fever, chilling symptoms will occur. Later in the, when the sporozoites, it will undergo division and it will give rise to the two types of gametes, such as male and female gamete. Okay, so yes, sporulation occurs. Then the both the gametes which are being released from that of the RBC, more number of sporozoites will be formed, which will get converted into male and female. This will re-enter when this another mosquito comes and bites the infected person. It will carry the both the gamete, that is male and female. So when it carries that gametes, you can see here, see the male and the female gametes both enter into the mosquito. So when it enters into the mosquito, sexual reproduction occur. So the zygote enters into the wall of the stomach and undergoes sporogony. Here what happens, it get fused, gives rise to zygote. The zygote will undergo meiosis and gives rise to numerous sporozoites. And these all sporozoites will come into the salivary gland and get collected in the salivary gland of the mosquito. So when the mosquito goes and bites an non-infected person, for him also the malaria disease will be affected. So this is a little bit of a life cycle of plasmodium. One thing you understand, the asexual reproduction usually takes place in the man, means sexual reproduction will take places in the mosquito. Okay, that is sporozoite formation takes place in the mosquito, stored in the salivary gland of mosquito. Then it enters into the human body through the blood, that is RBC, and in the enters into the liver, where RBC breaks when it produces the hemozoon, which causes the fever, chilling, everything. So here see very clearly the life cycle of Plasmodium have given in the form of a schematic chart here. So see here, so the first one I can tell you there are two hosts here. As you are seeing here, there are two hosts. One is human host, another one is mosquito. Okay. Now the first one is the mosquito bites the human. So when it bites the human, immediately the sporozoids will start from here. The sporozoids which were there in mosquito saliva, it will enter into the human body. So these sporozoids are said to be as a parasites. These parasites are injected. It reaches, see, the parasites reach the liver. Where it reaches the liver through the blood. It will enter. Then, when it enters into the liver, asexual reproduction occurs. How asexual reproduction occurs in a liver cell means it will burst open the RBC and it will releases a chemical. RBC is bursts. RBC will release hemozoin, which is a toxic chemical. It will cause fever and other symptoms in the human body. By that symptoms only, you will rush to the doctor. So the doctor will take a blood test. In the blood test, if they have found among the three any one of the plasmodium also, it is considered the man is infected by malaria. Okay. Now, up to this is asexual reproduction. Up to this is asexual reproduction in the human. Now, after asexual reproduction, the sporozoids will undergo sexual stage where gametocytes are formed. What is gametocytes mean? Male and female are formed in the RBC. Then after the formation of the male and female, fertilization does not occur in human. That's why we tell usually in human asexual reproduction occurs. Sexual reproduction stage, one stage occurs where male and female gametocytes will be formed. When a mosquito comes and bite the same person, this gametocytes will enter into the mosquito blood. So here see female mosquito sucks the blood with that of the gametocytes. That means both male and female gametocytes enters into the female mosquito body through blood. So when it enters, it moves into the stomach region, that is gut. Okay, in the mosquito body. This what I'm explaining is regarding mosquito body. So when it enters into the stomach, their fertilization takes places. That is male and female fuses. When male and female fuses, zygote is formed and development takes places, which also we call it as that stage as a meteorozoite. Those meteorozoites will undergo development and it will undergo meiosis, give rise to numerous sporozoites. Now, all these sporozoites will get matured. The mature infested stage, the sporozoid escape from the intestine, see from the gut region and migrate into the salivary gland. Now, it is ready to infect another person. So, now this female, when it moves into another person, that is human, and bites. So what happened? The sporozoite will enter into human body. So here what you have to understand means there are two hosts for its life cycle. One is human host. Human host is meant for asexual reproduction. Then sexual reproduction occurs in the mosquito. Where it occurs? It occurs in the stomach, moves to the salivary gland. So when it goes and bites from in the human through the blood, it will enter into the liver cells. In the liver cells, it will break open the RBCs and the plasmodium will release a chemical or a toxic which we call it as hemozoin. Due to the presence of the chemical hemozoin only, the symptoms appears in a human body such as fever, chill, appetite loss. So this confirms the presence of malaria in the person. Okay, I hope you got it now. So this side it is what? In mosquito, sexual reproduction stage. In human, it is asexual reproduction stage. So this is complete life cycle of Plasmodium. Sometimes the question may appear for 3 marks. Sometimes it also appears for the 5 marks. Okay, in 3 species of the Plasmodium, such as Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium falciparum. So falciparum is a very dangerous disease which will sustain inside the body for more than 3 months also. So causing the illness and loss of immunity also, and loss of appetite of those person. So be aware that there shouldn't be any mosquito in and around your houses. If you are always clean and hygienically maintain your house surrounding, mosquito breeding will not occur. So why I'm telling again and again why this chapter is kept means, when you are aware of the diseases, you can take many precaution and save many lives. That is why this chapter is kept for you. In second year growing children, you should be knowing about the common diseases in the man. So when you come to know, you will have an idea how to keep yourself healthy. Okay. Next disease, that is common infectious disease in man. The pathogen is Entamoeba histolytica. Causative agent or the pathogen, we call it as Entamoeba histolytica. The mode of transmission is housefly. What do you mean by housefly? Housefly andre yav? Housefly, nona, you have seen a movie, no? Iga in all languages it had been come. ಓಕೆ, ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಅದನ್ನ ನೊಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಹೌಸ್ ಫ್ಲೈಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯರ್. ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಮಿಟ್ ದ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಫೀಕಸ್. ಸಿ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಫೀಕಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ತರನು ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇದು ಪಿ ಪಿ ಟಿ ಇರೋ ಕಾರಣ ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಫೀಕಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ರೋಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ, ಅದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಡೇಂಜರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಮತ್ತ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಮಾಡಿಸಿದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನೀವು ಮಕ್ಳು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಪಾನಿಪುರಿ ತಿನ್ನಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ, ಗೋಬಿ ಮಂಚೂರಿ ತಿನ್ನಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಹಂದಿಗಳಿರ್ತಾವ. ದೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡರ್ಟಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಬ್ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಆಫ್ ದ ಹೌಸ್ ಫ್ಲೈ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. Even during summer season also you can see on the mango, if you cut and eat and throw it off, you can see due to the sweet and all sweetness, there will be many house flies around. And in this what happens, from the fecus matter the house fly will come and sit on your food where you are standing and eating. That's why I tell the children not to eat outside. So why teachers tell you not to eat outside? You will be aware of only the taste, you are not aware of the disease. The house fly will sit on the, what do you tell, here means in on the pig fecus might be, or on the cow dung might be sometime. The same in on, it spreads from one person to another person, means it is merely by fecus. From the fecus the house fly brings the amoeba. Okay, amoeba, entamoeba histolytica, it brings from the feces to the food. So you'll be standing and eating, it will keep on the food and go. It is microscopic, you cannot see. ತಿಳಿತಾ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು? ತಿಳಿದಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾನಿಪುರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಿನ್ನಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಕೂಡ್ದು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ it's not hygienic, and the same housefly sits on your food what you're eating, and also in the water, contaminated water if you drink also, what happens, this amoeba will enter into your body. So when it enters into your body, the symptoms, ಏನೇನ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅದ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬೇದಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೂಸ್ ಮೋಷನ್. ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಪೇಷನ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಬರ್ದೇ ಇರಂಗ್ ಒದ್ದಾಡೋದು ಮಕ್ಳುಗಳ, the constipation will see here the diagrams are given. See, is sitting for toilet, it's not coming here. Stomach ache. Okay, so due to stomach ache, aggressiveness, anger, so this all will occur when amoeba enters your body. Okay, so the disease name is what? Amoebiasis. Another name is amoebic dysentery. Dysentery, immediately you understand. Yes, So if you don't bother, don't take the medication, what are the symptoms here? Constipation occurs, abdominal pain, cramps, stools with excess mucus and blood clot. So ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಫುಡ್ ಇಂಥವೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಂದ್ರೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಎಂಟೋ ಹಿಸ್ಟೋಲಿಟಿಕ್ ಫುಡ್ ಪಾಯ್ಸನ್ ಆಗತ್ತ, ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಈವನ್ ಬ್ಲಡ್ನು ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬರೋಂತ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ okay. As soon as you see this, you feel like vomiting. Now in the phone also, now you're getting, other than corona, a caller tune telling in the schools and all, albendazole tablets are given. For what it is given, to avoid element disease. So element disease means the one element disease you are studying is Ascaris. The name of the disease is Ascaris. Ascaris is caused by the pathogen Ascaris lumbricoides. It is a intestinal parasite. ಇದು ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ತಿನ್ನೋ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇದು ಬಂದು ಹೋಗಿರುತ್ತ. ಇನ್ ಕೆಲವು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತ ಜಂತುಳ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನನಗ. ಸೊ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ನಾನು ಆಸ್ಕ್ಯಾರಿಸ್ ಬಾಟಲ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಗಂಡು ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಸಿ ಅದು ಆನಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಚ್ಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅವಾಗ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ like stomach pain usually, and you will feel heavy the stomach, and by that only we come to know there is a presence of what you tell Ascaris inside the intestine. And when you go for a toilet also, in the fecus there will be the what you tell the Ascaris coming out. So as soon as we see, we feel like vomiting only. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಇದು ಹಿಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಬೀಳುತ್ತಂತ ಅವ್ರ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಒಂದು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಮ್ಮೊಮ್ಮೆ ಮೂಗಿಂದಾನು ಹೊರಗ್ ಬಂದಿರುವಂತ ಕಥೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಇದಾವ. ಅದೆಷ್ಟು ನಿಜ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಒನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಬಾಡಿ, ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಎಂಟರ್ಸ್, ಅಗೇನ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ರೀಸನ್. It enters mode of transmission means it is through soil, water, vegetable, fruits contaminated, fecus containing the eggs or the parasites. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಆಹಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ enter into the intestine. In a day, you know how much it will multiply. The female, usually the female will lay about 15,000 eggs, fertilized eggs in the intestine of the host per day. ಒಂದ್ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ 15,000 ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಇಡ್ತದಂತ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಆಲ್ಬೆಂಡಜೋಲ್ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾರನೇ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗ್ಬೋದು? 30,000. ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಲ್ಲ, ಮೂರನೇ ದಿನಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗ್ಬೋದು? 45,000 of Ascaris inside your stomach. Then what it will do, if you cannot go to toilet, constipation means maybe it will come through the black. I cannot tell it. So be aware. Try to clean your stomach 6 months once with or take albendazole tablet. As soon as you find anal itching, that is one of the symptoms. Constipation, muscular pain, fever, stomach ache. So all this will occur due to the growth of the Ascaris. So it will grow very longer. Longer means it will acquire the whole intestine and also enters into the stomach. And they tell, sometime in a severe cases where constipation occurs means it will not come through the toilet, means if you cough also it will come out through the mouth also, they have experienced. So that's why even government has taken step to avoid this element, that is Ascaris ಜಂತುಳನ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ. ಈಗ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗಾಗ್ಲಿ ಈವನ್ PU ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೆ ಆಲ್ಬೆಂಡಜೋಲ್ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ತೋರ್ಸಿನೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಟ್ಯಾಬ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರೆಮಿಡಿ to avoid the Ascaris. Understood, children? So these all three diseases are very common disease. You may think it may come and it may go, but coming and going is that means body shouldn't be ready to take all this. Maintain hygienic, have precautionary measures, and be healthy. That what this chapter means for you. Okay. So I hope you have understood. In the next class with another three more diseases, I'll come. Okay, thank you, children. Signing off, you, your Maria Madam.